I've tried to record this video twice now, so this is my third shot at this. Every time I have to touch my phone, it shuts off and I can't edit, as I always tell you, so I'm going to try this again. I was watching this video, and I know there's a ton of glare, and I'm sorry, my computer screen's like a mirror, which I can't stand, but, you know, it is what it is. So here is the book that she makes. It's the spell book from Hocus Pocus. And she did just an amazing job making this book. Now, they sell one online that's similar. It's $25. Shipped to your home. Shipping costs included, tax included, $25. And I don't like it as much as I like this one. Hers is it's just cooler. It's a little more close to, you know, the movie than the other one is. The other one is a little bit more like, I don't know, a little more gruesome or whatnot. So I was like, okay, if she can make this, and the tagline is under $10, Dollar Tree DIY. So she made this for less than $10. So I messaged her on here, and I don't know if you could see my message where I say to her, I would pay you $25 including shipping if you wanted to make one for me. Shipping should be around $6 max to ship to Texas. I know because I have shipped an item that's about the same size and the same weight as this approximately would be, and it cost about $4. So I was just giving it a little bit extra to say it might be like, you know, maybe $6. And that's based on and that's shipped ground, United States Post Office, so it takes like 5 to 7 days to get to you. So it's a lot cheaper when you send it ground and you let them take their time to get to you. And if it's, you know, shipping US to US. So here's what's really funny. Some random person decides to message me and says, I nominate this to be the worst comment on YouTube. The worst. Now, I want you to keep one thing in mind. There are people who have commented on videos and threatened to murder other people. There are messages on YouTube that have threatened to violently stab and kill other people on YouTube. But this gentleman thinks that I have the worst comment on YouTube. I didn't insult. I didn't offend. I just simply said, hey, is there any way I could pay you an extra, you know, $10 to make me a book? Because she's profiting. Because if it cost her less than $10 to make it, and I pay her $25, it might cost her $5 to ship it. I just think it's the funniest thing in the world that some random person, not even the person that I was messaging. And so I commented back and I said, what? Question mark, question mark, question mark. She made this for less than $10 and I offered to buy one from her. How is this bad? Are you okay? Do you need some help? Like, what is wrong with you? They messaged back and said, yeah, for $25 with shipping of $6, it costs $10 to make. That leaves $9. So she doesn't look Chinese to me. So that's a no then. I'm like, wait, that's offensive what they're saying. That she doesn't look Chinese? I was like, what? I'm like, what are you saying? I was like, that is the most offensive thing I've seen. That he's saying, oh, well, if she was Chinese, then she could work for cheap. First of all, she's not running a business, number one. And number two, it's just, I don't have the talent that she has to make this. So I was like, well, I'll pay you a little bit of extra money if you want to make, another one and, send it to me. I'd be happy to buy one. Because she does these DIY videos. So who knows what she does with them after she does the DIY. And I was just like, So I messaged back. I'm like, well, just to let you know, I said, seeing as she has to pay you to protect her, I guess you're right. I'll just buy it online for $25 with free shipping from Amazon. I just liked hers better. I just thought that was the funniest thing. Like, yeah, I guess she can't afford for me to pay her since she's got to pay you for her bodyguard services, apparently. Oh my gosh, hilarious. See, this is the thing, people. You have to understand something. There are severely mentally ill people in the world. There really are. And you can't let their comments affect you in a negative way. This is the most ridiculous and stupid comment. Normally I wouldn't even respond, but I just felt like being funny. So I was just like, are you okay? Like, can I get you some help? Like, wow. So sometimes I just, and then I always regret, because then you start a whole back and forth with these crazy, crazy lunatics. So I don't know, but it just goes to show you, like, I don't know. I guess offering to buy someone's DIY project for a profit is offensive and the worst thing you could possibly do on YouTube. Who knew? Who knew? So I was like, okay, so that's fun. That's always a good time. That's just the kind of nonsense that I have to deal with on the daily. And like, I'll talk to people and people are like, oh, that stuff never happens to me. I'm like, well, of course it doesn't. It's just, it's a Nina thing. Can't explain it. Don't know. But I get the weirdest, people respond to me in the weirdest ways. Like, say if you're out in public and you sneeze, most people are like, oh, God bless you, or gesundheit. Some might even say, oh, excuse you, or, here's a Kleenex, or whatever they do. If I'm out in public and I sneeze, I've literally had someone, and I'm not even lying about this, say, what's wrong with you? Like, yelled at me because I sneezed. And I said, excuse me? They're like, what was that? And I said, you mean when I just sneezed? They're like, yes, that is so disgusting and horrific. How dare you? I'm offended. And I was like, by a sneeze? Wow. Okay, well, maybe you should stay home. I'm not even kidding you. I get the weirdest reactions. One time I held a door open for a gentleman. He was elderly, and I held the door open for him, and he was moving very slowly, so I had to hold it for quite a while. And by the time he got up there and he goes, what's your problem? I was like, I just broke out in hysterical laughter, because that shit is funny. And he's like, oh, what are you laughing at? And I said, your response to my kindness. I felt like kicking him to the ground and slamming the door in his face. But then, I mean, obviously I would never do that. But could you imagine? Then I would be the most hated person on the planet, because everyone would be like, oh my God, look what you just did, that poor elderly man. And they'd be right. But in my mind, that's what I saw. I saw myself just like kicking him to the floor, and then he stands up and then I slam the door in his face. Like, I was trying to be nice. Oh my God. It's just the funniest thing. And I laugh because you have to laugh. Like, you have to understand that these people are just insane. There's just so many people in the world right now who are legitimately out of their mind crazy. And they think they're right. They think they're justified in the things they're doing and the things they're saying. But they're batshit crazy is what they are. So anyway, what this video is actually about is I am going to do my own book, and I'm going to make it myself. And I'm not going to do the whole hocus pocus thing, because I'll just order it online. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take this Dollar Tree $1, what do you call this? binder. It's a binder. And I'm going to turn this into my grimoire slash Book of Shadows. So for right now, I just have this sigil taped on the front. So what I've done, and I'll open this up and I'll show you. Let me kind of pull this back a little bit. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. That's what's wrong. Oh, there we go. Much better. I was like, why can't you see? So what I've done is I've taken all of my Witch's Moon items and I've put them in here. Now for these, what do you call these? Inserts that are holding the paperwork. They're $16 for $1 at Dollar Tree. So this whole thing cost me $2. And then now I have somewhere to put all of my Witch's Moon items in here. And I do recommend also that you get some 8x10 frames, and you can also get those, and then you can put these in frames and then do them on a wall because they're just gorgeous. So they'd be, I have literally, I don't have like almost any wall space in my beach house. So I have like this one main wall. Oh, let's see if I can. Well, my whole thing just came apart as always. If I try to touch it, it disintegrates. So I have my one main wall there, and I already love what I have. I have my spirit animal there and the roses that remind me of my mom who's passed away, my mom Rosie. And so, oh, now let's see if I could put this back together. I swear anything I touch just literally disintegrates. All this crap stuff we buy from online. Okay, I think I got it. So, anyway, this kind of keeps it on here. So now I can refer back to, you know, what certain things are used for, what certain things are called. And then I have somewhere to keep all of my beautiful art that comes with my moon box, my candle spells that I have to utilize, my extra parchment paper. And then I have this Book of Shadows that I bought, and I love the look of it. But it's basic Betty. It's just basically blank pages. And so I've kind of tried to utilize it a little bit, but it's kind of very elementary, kindergarten-y. It's not really what I was wanting. So I think instead I'm just going to take this cover off of this book, and I'm going to apply it onto the front of this binder. But I want to kind of texturize this and change this up a bit. And then I'm going to get a custom printout of Book of Shadows on here in some really cool font. So when it's on my shelf and I can see, you know, it'll say Book of Shadows. You know, something along like that, along the side. And then that way, it's just kind of nice to have your own deal. But for now, I have this to keep on my tarot shelf, which is pretty cool. So that is what I wanted to show you today. I'm going to do a reading next with some tarot cards that I got recently. I've only think I used them once. So I'm going to do a reading with those, and we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching.